Hey, thank you for tuning in again for another issue of session for life skills. I'm Chad. I'm out here at our new urban campground, and you can see behind me there's people actually setting up some new tents, and we're expanding out here. And a lot of this has to do, well, it was going to happen anyway, but a lot of us were pushed because of the fires that have just happened here in this valley, and at least 600 people have lost their homes, and this is really tragic stuff. And some of you may have been affected. I don't think any of our people in Rogue Retreat were burned out anywhere. We did have a couple of employees that lost their places, which is just heartbreaking. But some of you may have had family or friends, and you may be just really struggling with the uncertainty of what's going on. There might be fears going on in your life right now, and we definitely want to be a resource to you. We want to be of support to you. If you've got a case manager, please check with them and tell them maybe you've got some feelings going on that you need some help with, or if you're looking for resources, I think later on in this video we're going to share a lot of resources where people can go. But no doubt, now as much as any time in the past, Rogue Retreat needs to expand and needs to help more people. This is a hard time for our valley, but we expect that we'll pull together through all this. Sometimes we get a lot stronger when we go through adversity, and even in a personal life, it's when you have to face something hard that you get stronger in your life. And reach out to your higher power, reach out to the people that support you, seek those connections, and allow yourself to go through this grieving time if you're going through grief, and then the healing time that comes with it. We do love you a lot. We do care about you. Reach out to us if we can help.
Hi, and welcome to Life Skills. This week we're going to talk a little bit about disaster preparedness. And a lot of us have already been evacuated, and we've gone through that. And maybe we weren't as prepared as we needed to be. I know I wasn't. I went off to Roseburg and forgot my phone charger. And so my phone was almost dead, and I was coming back to Central Point and almost couldn't get through to the people that I needed to. So it's really important to be prepared. So you've probably already learned some of this, but maybe for the future, have a go bag prepared, right? Something with face masks and face coverings. Of course, we're all wearing those right now anyway, but those are especially important with all this smoke, right? Because COVID is a respiratory illness, and all this smoke is not doing our lungs any good. So please wear your masks outside. Take along 3 gallons of water per person. I know during all this I've gotten really dehydrated, and I've been trying to push the water a little bit more because when I went off to Roseburg, I didn't take any water. So again, those are important things to remember. Your phone and your charger, prescriptions, change of clothing. If you wear glasses, remember to take them along. Maybe you don't wear them all the time, but you need them to read. Take those, a first aid kit, sanitation supplies. You can find all this stuff online if you just Google go bag for disaster. But take your important documents, take anything that you can't replace that you can grab quickly if you have time. If you don't, when they say it's a level 3, it's time to go. Another thing you can do is always keep a good sturdy pair of shoes and a flashlight by your bedside. In case you have to get up in the middle of the night and go, at least you have a flashlight. I know a lot of people were without power, so just being prepared in those little ways will help get you through this in a little bit easier way. So some of us, like I said, have already experienced this evacuation thing. I'm back home, but some people aren't yet. And so if you're still in evacuation or you're looking for resources, some places that you can go are the Expo. They're still open for people to come in. You can park there. They have resources for you, food and water and shelter. They can help you with where to go locally. Then there's the All Care website, All Care Health. On their website, they have a list of places that are sheltering and just for different resources. Also the Access website. And I was at Walmart the other day, and people were actually out in the parking lot cooking burgers and just doing something for others. And if you need food resources or anything like that, we really encourage you to reach out to some of these resources. And we're going to put these on the bottom of the page so that you can access those. And another thing we want to talk about is just encouraging you during this time. It's super difficult right now. I mean, we've got a pandemic and then we've got a disaster on top of that, I mean, that's bad. And a lot of people have lost their houses. So people are really struggling with grief, with sadness, with anger. Those are all really, really common things for people to feel. And if you're feeling those things, that's okay. You know, we are going through a rough time, and I just want to validate that those are normal experiences to have. But some of the things that might help are talking to someone. I know for me, I've told my story several times about having to run up to Roseburg in the middle of all this fire and take meds to my daughter-in-law. So like, it helps. It's helped me to share that story. And it actually helps your brain to process and keep this from becoming a deeply traumatic event. So things like journaling also, they're very good for your brain, and it's very good for that processing. It gets you out of your emotional brain and back into your thinking, your prefrontal cortex. So things like that will be really helpful. Body movement, just moving around, stretching or walking. If you're having a hard time getting around, that's okay, but a little light stretching, that'll really help. And again, it helps to release a lot of the stress hormones and kind of get you back on track. Taking deep breaths, stop every once in a while and just take a deep breath, and that'll help you relax. It'll help, even if you're starting to panic, it'll help to dissipate some of those things that are going on in your body. It'll help you get back to normal. Listening to music. I don't have a particular CD or whatever of music, but you can always even put it on your TV or on your phone and just listen to some relaxing music. And again, it helps your brain to settle down. It helps your body. It helps everything relax. And then pay attention to your physical self. The need to drink water, eat healthy. Try not to overdo on the caffeine or alcohol or things like that. Just try to eat healthy, keep your routines as much as you can. And if you're evacuated, that might not be really possible, but at least you can drink water, you can eat food, you can talk to somebody. All those things that you can do, at least try to do those. And then use the coping skills that you know. So for me, I know being with my family really helped. I didn't get to spend the whole time with them, but I did get to see family members that because of the COVID situation I hadn't really seen for a while. So that was really nice, and that helped me. And maybe you don't have family, but you have friends, you have neighbors, you have people that you can call on, maybe a peer support specialist. We're here, call on us. Anything like that. Reading. Maybe you don't want to spend time with people. Maybe you want to spend time alone. Maybe that's what re-energizes you. Whatever it is that you do that. Those are the coping skills that you know that'll help you. And actually most people will recover normally from a disaster or a traumatic situation like this. But if you feel like this is overwhelming and it's gone on for maybe a couple weeks or a couple weeks down the road, you might say, wow, this is just not going away. And maybe you need to reach out for some extra help. Maybe if you don't have a therapist, start seeing a therapist. I know someone who said she's got her peer support person, she's got her case manager, and she's got her therapist. And so she's making sure that she gets time with all three of those, and that's helping her. So don't be afraid to reach out. Some of the signs that you might need to do that is either you're getting too little sleep or you're sleeping too much. That could be a sign of maybe some depression going on. Maybe pulling away from people or things, just not really wanting to participate in your own life. Lower than normal energy might be a problem. Again, like excessive worry or smoking constantly or drinking too much, taking too many meds. Those kind of things can be warning signs. So if you feel like it's getting bad, don't be afraid to reach out for help. There's actually a Disaster Distress Helpline, and that number is 1-800-985-5990. And that's a number that you can call to get help with those unsettling feelings. So if you feel like it's getting bad enough that you are afraid that you might hurt yourself or someone else, don't be afraid to call 911. that's a really serious thing. If you're feeling suicidal, those are times when you really need to get some help. Reach out to someone. People don't always know what you're going through, but reach out. There's the crisis line at Jackson County Mental Health. There's the suicide hotline. Remember that this is a really extenuating circumstance. I don't think anybody has ever gone through a pandemic and a series of wildfires at the same time. So this is really big, and realize that these feelings will go away. But if you're worried about it or don't think they're going to go away, then please reach out. And again, because of this combination, we have so much fear and anxiety. I know my family members are just anxious, and I have a daughter who's baking to relieve the stress, and another one who's making big pots of spaghetti. If those things are helpful to you, do that. And I know one thing that's really helpful to kind of get you back on track is just reminding yourself that of all the things that you're grateful for, right? There's so much, even in the midst of this, that we can be grateful for. I mean, people have lost their houses, but they're alive. That's something to be grateful for. Not to minimize it at all, but finding those little things. Like, I was grateful I got to see my grandbaby that I hadn't seen because of COVID, and it was nice to be able to do that. And even though all these terrible things were happening, I was able to find something to be grateful for. And I know that you have things that you're grateful for too. And I know that that will really help you. And also giving to others, doing something for someone else. Maybe you have a neighbor that maybe is elderly and maybe is struggling. Reaching out to that person, that'll make you feel a lot better, and it'll help you to just kind of manage the anxiety that you're feeling. And again, just know that this is going to pass. It's going to be better, but be resilient, be an encourager to others, be encouraged yourself. We're in this together, and we're all going to get through it, okay? So until next week, take care. Call us if you need us. Our number is 541-499-0880. We're here for you, and be blessed. So I'm wearing my mask. I want to make sure to keep everybody safe, and we're going to head into the thrift store. Hi, Garrett. So we're outside the thrift store, and tell me what's going on. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm bringing some clothes to donate for fire victims.
Nice. So how did you hear about Rogue Retreat in the thrift store?
We stopped by a church before this, and they said you guys were taking clothes, and the New Life Church wasn't taking clothes at this time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your donation. We appreciate it.
Sure.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you.
That's a lot of pressure.
What's that?
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look at all these donations that have been coming in. Look at all these donations. People are just bringing stuff by, and it's pretty awesome. Oh, I got a bee around me. Is it okay if I get you on camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I just want you to see all our donations.
Tell us who you are.
I'm Moni. I'm at Rogue Retreat Thrift Shop. Come by. We got plenty of donations, toiletries, food, anything you need. Come get it. We got it for free. We're helping whoever comes in.
Awesome. Wow, this is great.
Yeah.
Look at all this stuff. A lot of household things. They do a really good job of keeping everything organized. Yeah. Hey, there's our friend again.
Yeah. Hello.
Happy shopping.
Thank you.
Yeah, they've got clothing for adults, they've got clothing for children, and more is coming in all the time. So be sure to stop by. And again, I'm just so impressed with our community and how everyone's coming together to make things happen and to make sure that everybody has what they need. And also, while all this is going on, taking care of people through being safe with all the COVID restrictions. We're doing our best to maintain everything, keeping everything clean. Got our hand sanitizer. Masks are required, so if you come on down, make sure you bring your mask. There's some shoes, if anyone needs shoes. So again, if you have been affected by these fires, please come down, and whatever you need, we'll do our best to serve. Thanks a lot, folks. Bye-bye. So tell me what you guys have for people.
We've got clothing, shoes, pillows, blankets, sleeping bags, hygiene stuff, toiletry. We got some food and canned food here, and just all kinds of stuff.
Okay. So all the essentials that someone might need.
Diapers, baby
Women,
wipes.
feminine stuff for women. We got all that. Come get it.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
what you're doing.
No problem.
All right.
Glad
Have a
to.
blessed day.